Now hold up, pause, booze. Why y'all listening and not subscribed yet? Go ahead, click that button. Don't have us over here giving all this good energy for you to disappear next week.
It's your girl, Ringo.
And LA Nice.
And this is
That Quiet Storm.
Hey, boo. Hey, girl. You ready? Yeah, girl.
Previously on TQS.
It makes me better grow. How can I benefit from this? Everybody does that. Everybody has a selfish
The impact in me felt like I didn't deserve to think about it. I have always thought about everybody.
And you wouldn't think that with the kind of person, what I've been told about you, she's tough and she's strong and she don't play and she about that life.
And it's because I've spent my entire life servicing everybody else.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back. We made it. Okay?
It's been a week.
It's been a week. It's been a lot of reflection. We said we had to break this up because baby Mandie got a story.
She does.
And if you watched the first episode, welcome. If you have not, and thank you.
Thank you for all of the views. Yeah. I said this to Mandie before we started taping. I said, I believe someone is going to be delivered from this because people don't talk about this enough.
Right.
So thank you, Mandie, for being open with us and transparent and vulnerable enough to share your story because people need to hear it.
Right.
And we are grateful for that.
We are so grateful. In the first part, you got to know who Mandie is, how we met her, how amazing, talented she is, how phenomenal she is as a person. And we started to get into it. So if you haven't watched, please go back, listen to our first part of our story with Mandie. And today we're going to continue where we left off, which
we won't get right into it.
We're going to
get right into it right now because it's a lot and we want to hear all of it. The reason we want you all to hear all of it, and I want to say this, TQS is not a T podcast. I understand that is the thing, that is what draws people, but that's not what we are.
Right.
We really do want to share stories for healing, for transparency, for growth, because these are the stories we did not hear that we wish we had heard.
Yeah.
Different situations. That's why she shares her stories, mine, and now Mandie's. So we want to get into it, and we talked to her about getting the trajectory of her story so that we can see how it got to that point, because everybody's story is different, but so that we understand sometimes it's not just a out the gate, out the door situation.
Right.
Sometimes there's a lead up to it. So tell them where we left off.
Yeah, so we actually left off about you telling us about pouring into others and servicing what you realized.
Right.
And before the domestic violence, you know, there was none of the signs. They were not there. And it wasn't until a tragic accident.
Right.
And in that moment where your mom looked at you and said,
She sure said it.
decision.
She sure said it.
Do you want to stay or do you want to leave?
And can I do this? I've realized we can assume everyone knows what was the accident. We never talked about it. I want you all to know so you'll understand Mandie's role, how she went from, I guess I can say, a partner to caretaker.
Yeah. As much as I was
Whatever that means, we don't even know yet. Usually we know what's coming. We don't. We're learning with you all.
Real
So,
authentic expression. You did mention
was
that
a
it was a car accident that he caused.
but what happened
It was-
to make you a caretaker? What happened to him?
Okay.
Well, okay. So this accident, I'm not even going to say probably, he should have died.
Wow.
in this accident because he hit a tree. It was raining terribly. He was coming from a gig that he took from one of our other friends that could not do the gig, and God rest his soul. And so I told him, because I was at a gig somewhere else, and I was like, I really don't think that you should, because he was coming off of a conference that he was doing for his mother. And that was a weekend long conference. So he was already tired.
Yeah.
And he had not gotten enough sleep. So he took this gig, which was from like 9 to 2 a.m., regular gig time. So he's getting on the road about 2 in the morning, something like that. Because when he FaceTimed me, it was about 2 in the morning. And it starts to rain.
Okay.
And he's coming maybe about 3.5 hours from where he was. And so he gets on the road, and it's so bad that some other things happened in between that. But as far as the accident is concerned, he hit a tree. And I don't know the way that he explained it to me and the way that it seemed, because I don't want to get into logistics because I wasn't in the car.
Right.
He must have fallen asleep
Wow.
because he hit the tree, and it was so bad that he hit the tree and spun into oncoming traffic going the other way. So,
After hitting the tree.
after hitting the tree,
Wow.
spun around and hit oncoming traffic. So there was somebody that had to come and care flight him somewhere. It was really, 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 really bad. So he broke his jaw. He broke I think everything was on his left side, his left arm, left leg. So in his body currently, he has metal rods in his. When I think about the actual domestic violence part, the fact that he was so aggressive with me with metal in his body.
Right. Wow.
It really blows my mind that God allowed me to survive all of that. But yeah, so the caretaking part was in that. If you remember, I said that his parents had an apartment across the street from me.
Okay.
And it just worked out that he had to do some physical therapy where we lived in that city. So until his physical therapy was paid for where he's from, for a minute, he was having to be at his parents' house across the street from me. So I would get off work. And mind you, I work at a funeral home. I manage a funeral home, 2 locations. So
Okay.
so I would be at work all day, and then I would go home, take care of my daughter, make sure she was good. My mother lived across the hall from me in the same apartment complex. And so she would make sure that Eden would get everything she need. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going across the street to make sure he's good. I would just sit in the car with him because he couldn't walk. His father would wheel him out in a wheelchair and help him get in my front seat. Just so we could have the time, because after this time, he was in the hospital for maybe like, I want to say maybe like a month or 2. He was in the hospital. And so his recovery was at that house. And I would just come over there every day and sit with him. And then when he started his physical therapy 3.5 hours away, I'm going to be all the way real.
Yeah. Please be real.
His insurance had not kicked in yet.
Okay.
So that first physical therapy appointment, I paid for it.
Wow.
Out of pocket. And just so we are very clear, I am not a trick. I don't be paying for it.
Yeah.
Nothing when it comes to these dudes, because that's not how I was raised.
But you loved him.
I loved him.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I was invested in him.
Yeah.
I'm a daddy's girl. So I am very used to having my way. I don't know nothing about sitting from the 27th floor and paying nobody's bill or losing my job for nobody. I don't know nothing about that.
All right.
Not my sister.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
But I loved him, so I absolutely did pay for that. And then when his insurance kicked in, I would drive him some sessions back and forth.
Yeah.
So my 40th birthday he had just been out the hospital, maybe like, I don't know, maybe a month or so, but he still couldn't walk without a walker. I sacrificed my 40th birthday. You know where I spent my 40th birthday? At my house with him, because he couldn't do anything.
Wow.
That's a different type of love.
That is a telling you. Because you'll always remember that.
And that goes into what you just said, where you poured so much into, and I get that, because when you love or in love with someone, you are wanting to make sure that they're good.
Especially after enduring something like that.
Yeah.
Because me not knowing the type of character he had. Because the only thing that I would have had to gauge that he was what had to do with, like, everybody has a past. Nobody's perfect. So he cheated on his wife and got his first baby mama pregnant, but with the help of his mother, which was crazy to me. So I just, because I'm not perfect myself, like, I got 2 baby fathers. So how am I I can't judge you for that. Okay, cool. That's a mistake you made when you were younger, and hopefully you have asked God for forgiveness and you've changed your life. But he absolutely did not.
Yeah.
And the situation that he was in before me, and I say situation because it was not a relationship. And he was adamant that it was not a relationship. And she was absolutely aware that it was not a relationship.
Wow.
So anything that she endured was by choice.
Yeah, because he didn't
he didn't say, and they had an agreement.
So let's hold on. So let's
talk about it.
Let's go back. Because that actually gives us a great platform to go back. I know that last episode we asked you how he got you, right?
Right.
Let's go into it. How it became official, and what was the temperature or the climate of the relationship? Like, did you all live together? Did you go on dates? Was it like a normal? And normal is a very subjective word, because what's normal for one may not be normal for another. But by standards of claiming
a relationship,
I knew he claimed.
He was very loud about me.
He was very loud about you
because he wanted it. That's when a man
he did.
Yeah.
He'll let everybody know that he's with you.
Yeah.
So if a man does not claim you,
come on,
he does not want.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is very simple logic.
Yeah.
But some people cannot seem to understand.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, was never moved or even impressed by that, because the type of person that I am and who I am, of course a man would want to claim me.
Okay.
Any man.
Y'all know I like that.
Any man would want to claim me. And you know what? And I say this not out of arrogance. I am very confident.
Yeah,
and I think
say that.
Not cocky, but confident.
I love that confident one.
That is something that society and even other women have an issue with. A big girl displaying this level of confidence. Speak on. I've never, ever in my life been told that I was ugly or fat by my family. My daddy has always made sure I know I am that girl. I've never, ever felt beneath that. So because I grew up with that, it's in me. My dad, when I started doing this music thing professionally, and I would come home and, like, when I did records with Kirk, and he'd be like, okay, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Like, he never allowed me to feel like it was above me to be at the level that I was.
Well, that's why it's so interesting, because to be affirmed by your father, which you I know that your level of confidence is top tier.
Yeah.
Because I would say, I don't know the specifics or the actual numbers, but I imagine, and I'm fairly sure, the number of Black women specifically who have had the luxury of being up. I grew up with 2 parents. I was not the product of divorced parents until I was grown. But even my father didn't affirm me. He was a country, typical,
Yeah.
And so to have that, that's what makes it so interesting that you would have to endure what you had to endure.
Because the imbalance of that is not having my mother at the same time to give me the affection. So yes, I'm being validated and told you are amazing, you are this, you should have that confidence, but not the balance of So what happens when I don't feel like that?
Right. And so
who I
when
go
it's
to
showing
and I
affection,
yes, then I and
You can
and to his credit, because he was raised by both parents. Like his parents are still together now. But he is, when I say like the golden child, they look at him like he is the golden goose.
He is do no wrong.
Cannot do any. So having a man that, it was like two queens trying to compete.
Wow.
And I'm not even being facetious when I say that. Literally, his mindset was where my mindset was, but he didn't deserve that because he hadn't done anything to earn that. I worked to get that affirmation.
okay. All right. So listen. Listen so much.
Let me
Let's all
Okay, let's do.
I want to do a sip to a black father.
Yeah.
I need his daughter.
his daughters.
Because you are somebody with that. Hey, you watch this talk, I respect you.
Thank you. We need you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have, I don't want to say decided, we spoke with Mandie. We realized.
We decided. Yeah.
Okay, we decided
We decided.
that this is going to be a series because I think it is so important, y'all. Like y'all know my story. I've shared it many, many times. I did not have anybody who was honest and transparent about anything. So we talked about this earlier before we started taping. I completely lived a facade of a life of everything's great.
Man.
Everything's perfect. Amazing. Love it. Love it. Because no one was honest enough.
Right.
And had I had that, I could have been more honest with myself. Forget about my marriage. Forget about anything with myself.
Yeah.
And ask myself important questions. So what she's doing, I do not take it lightly. She doesn't need us, y'all.
Nope.
She does not need clout. She does not need any. She's doing this to get her story out, to tell her testimony. And with that, we realized we want y'all to hear the full story the way we want to hear the full story. So let's go back. LA Nice, as she has done all season, has organized this whole thing. Let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
We know now how he got you. We know how it began. So LA Nice, start off.
What was the breaking point? You know, because you just said you were in love with this man. You are dedicated to it. And then, hold on, even before he built a bond with your children.
Well, right. Because how did you fall in love? What went from, because she said he wasn't really in her league. But you went for the guy.
I didn't say that. Everybody
else was saying that.
You're way out of his league. Hello. Okay. She did say that. What's the conversation being had?
I felt that way. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm not going to call me out if I don't. No, I felt that way. Yeah. I could not. I felt like I said,
everybody was like, "What girl? What
man, how did he do that?"
Yeah.
So we know how he got you, but when did it turn into like a real like relationship? I'm in love.
Yeah. When did you realize that this could be a potential for actual family?
Yes.
I genuinely, because he led me to believe after he had started walking again, and literally I was there every.
So after the accident,
yeah, like I was at the hospital. I came to the hospital just to let him tell it. When he opened his eyes, the first person he asked for was,
wow,
and that pissed his mother off.
Okay, so I've been wanting to know this from the relationship's conception to the accident. What was that time frame?
We started dating. We made it official December 26th of 23.
Okay.
That accident happened in April of.
So 4 months. That you right? 4 months.
Okay, yeah.
So you didn't have a lot of. It wasn't a lot of time. Now I know 4 months can be a lot,
but consider we
4 months, child.
We had a relationship prior to that.
Yeah.
Because again, y'all had watched me for 3 years.
Yeah.
And so we had relationship. We had a friendship. Yeah. I thought.
Yeah.
Even before we pursued something.
Okay.
So that there was a foundation.
Right. Was he praying for you before y'all dated?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
And not because I suggested it, because my piano player at the time was like, I see potential in him.
Mhm.
So let's give him a shot.
Okay.
My people that's around me, they know me well enough to know that if they say it's good,
Yeah.
I'm trusting it.
Yeah.
So I only trusted his talent because of them. And then I would see him because he was with other bands. So I'd seen him play before and I was like, okay, he's cool.
Yeah.
Let's put him on auxiliary.
After the taping, we went to her show last Saturday. I've seen Mandie many times. She's one of my favorites. Whenever I have my favorite moments, when I threw my guy a birthday party, I couldn't think of anybody else to host but her because of how she performs, because of who she is, and because even his respect of her. And her shows, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
We had a good time.
Could not. Like, it was a reminder.
First of all, everybody knows when she's performing.
Yeah.
Okay. And she has her residency every other Saturday. We talked about that. Booked, baby. There was
no in the door. She had already told us y'all can come in, da. We knew we didn't have a seat, so I wore my kitten here. Y'all know my
But it was still very cute. Very cute.
Y'all know I'm going to wear me here, but I'm going kitten here because she said there was no seats available. It was sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sold out. Okay. And y'all, we came right in, got to the front, and instantly it was just on fire. So I say that to say, when he started playing for her, and I say this respectfully, I knew this is an opportunity for him.
For sure.
This is a good look for him.
For sure.
I knew it wasn't a reflection of who she has. That sounds, sorry.
Say it however it sounds.
Sorry, y'all. I knew it wasn't that people were going to say, man, that guy she got on, I ain't going to do all of that.
Right.
But I knew it was more like, man, he's playing for so-and-so. I knew that. And I was like, oh, man.
Which makes
You're winning.
Which makes sense for a lot of people to say he is out of your league.
That's what I think about it. Yeah.
Because he joined your band.
Right.
You are the star of the show.
And
She
that.
embodies that.
Now, I say this all the time. If I'm nothing else, I'm fair. So to be very fair, because he is significantly younger than me.
Okay.
He did bring a different sound that I did.
Okay. And I respect you for saying so.
So he absolutely can be accredited for the sound he brought at the time. But I think that his arrogance got so big, he thought that if he left, we wouldn't continue on. I'm a smart girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a business girl.
Mm-hmm.
So when I notice that you are on BS, I'm already mentally preparing to detach from you and replace you.
Did you know, or when did you know you were going to bring him in? Because, so my God, I know he's a musician, he's an artist. We will not and do not work together. Won't.
Yeah. It can be good, but it can be.
Now,
I say most relationships are like that.
we won't do it.
Suggest.
Now, he is our behind the scenes guy. He does our music. He sets us up, actually, y'all. We call him our producer. But yeah, people always ask me, why don't you sing background for him?
No.
Why don't you have him on a podcast?
Just leave.
And he's a wonderful conversationalist. He's very smart and has a lot to bring. You guys don't ever have to worry about seeing him here on TQS. Because I personally, we work really well with not blending that. Amen, nobody.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
what made
She's on me. I'm screaming.
what happened? Okay, if you know, God bless you. If you don't have to ever be in that seat that you won't. And you don't have to worry about me on this stage because I won't. What made you, or when did you know, like, okay, I'm gonna bring him in because I can't do that.
Well, he started before.
He started before we started dating. So that's really the way he got him in. Because my indie at the time was like, he had been with me for so long.
Okay.
And I am a firm believer of letting people spread their wings.
Yeah.
So if you get an opportunity and you're like, I want to go do it.
Yeah.
Please. You're not contracted to me. You're here by loyalty.
Yeah.
And because you love me.
Yeah.
And because I love you and I'm loyal to you, I want you to go to the height. Wherever God wants you to go, I want that for you.
Yeah.
So when he started traveling more, that's how he got
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when we started dating, since my other MD at the time was traveling, I was like, well, you're going to be the interim MD.
Okay.
He liked that.
Oh, he loved it. Because you got to understand, we dealing with a man that has never been given a position.
Right.
And you're given a position of power with control, because that's what Knox love. It ain't about building a bond. It ain't about love. It's about having the.
Did y'all talk? Because something we do, I'm only using this for the reference of maybe relatability for you all. So one of the things we talk,
Yeah.
music a lot. Now I also love music. I have a musical background, but
I
we
know you
talk.
like. Don't piss me.
She don't be talking about it. I keep
Don't
saying
piss
it.
me off.
I said it on the first episode of this one.
We talk music every day a lot.
Yeah.
He was letting me hear his show while I was working today. We were listening to his show from last night. We talk music a lot. It's a lot. So I know that's one of our things. Did y'all sit at home?
We would rehearse at home.
Yeah, see that stuff that gets you in. That gets you swiped up.
The fact that he made me feel so comfortable
Yeah.
that I would sit down and play for him.
Wow.
Because I was like, I
Yes.
want to.
What made you do that?
Because I was talking about ways that, okay, so let me just be transparent.
Please do.
Every time I rebrand or reinvent myself, I see my inspiration in other artists in this.
Okay.
And as to not have to talk to anybody, or because I would never give anybody the satisfaction of thinking that I'm bothered by anybody taking inspiration from me at all. I'm just like, okay, they took that from me. Let me go somewhere else. Let me do things because I know that I am vast in my gifting. Let me do things that y'all can't.
Right.
Y'all are not going to sit down and play because most of you can't even read music.
Hello.
You don't know the 12. You don't know all 12 of your kids. You could not call out the number system if your life depends.
I heard that.
However, I can.
Yeah.
So we would sit down and he would be like, you need to sit down and play again. And I'd be like, but I focus so much on being a vocalist, it kind of scares me to sit down and play. He was like, what song do you want to do? So I told him the song.
Yeah.
He taught me the chords. I sit down and I play the chords for him. He was like, oh, you can really play for real.
And
yes, like that.
Yeah. And you just say he was pitch perfect.
He had perfect pitch.
Yeah.
My pitch, I feel, is relative, but the challenge that he brought in my life was to make sure that I have to keep people around me that are better than me.
Okay.
And this is very
They
key.
say to do that.
If you don't keep people around you that are better than you in any way, not just talent, but in character.
Yeah.
In responsibility.
Right. In anything. I
keep
agree.
people around you that are better than you because iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
You
Come
got
on,
to have that. Don't do that.
Come here, why not? Because you're
You got it. But because I'm not gonna be trifling and be like he was nothing.
Yeah.
No, he.
And I appreciate. Can I stop you for a second? I appreciate that because that matters.
Yeah.
He wasn't just trash.
No. His character is trash.
Okay.
His life is trash.
But
the gift
the
that
things
he
that
gives
the
and
talents
talents
come without repentance. That's true.
So everything that God equipped him with.
And that's how he fell in love.
That's how I fell in love because I thought that I found my equal. Finally,
That's it.
of all the men that I have dated, this is the one that could actually. He reminded me, and I hate to say, that's my dad.
Wow.
So
My
they
dad was
say
the only
that.
other one.
They say you date your dad.
He was the only other one that ever taught. Everything I know about music, my dad taught.
Wow.
Everything I know about singing specific, I sound like my mother. Me and my, if you hear me and my mother sit, we have the same exact. My mama.
What?
Oh, girl.
Come on, Mom.
My mama has a black sheep because she plays drums and she can sing.
Wow.
My little sister plays drums. My sister
Multi-faceted. Okay.
super.
Yeah.
But he reminded me of my father in the sense that I felt safe being vulnerable, learning from him.
Wow.
So we would do
And
stuff
we
like,
love to learn from men.
yes,
That is
because
attractive.
that is attractive when a man
attractive.
reach you,
Yes.
when he can provide for you, when he can make you feel safe. These are the things, but this is the power of a woman. These are the things that make women allow ourselves
Come on.
to be vulnerable. It ain't
And
because you that
that's
great.
fact. No, you're right.
Submission is about trust.
Trust.
It's not control.
Oh,
We decide that we're going to be
Wait,
our best feminine self because we trust you. Not because
wait a minute.
you're that great, son.
Submission is about
Trust, not control.
not control. Is a word because that's true.
That's the very truth
That's
about
true.
women.
Can I trust you to lead? Can I trust you to protect me? Can I trust you to be in my vulnerable state? Can I trust you not to hold this together?
Because that's the biggest thing. James Brown said it best. This is the man's world. Okay. Nothing without a woman or girl. And you got to understand the way to bring out the best in a woman is to simply get her to trust you.
Yeah.
And the danger about that is there are narcissistic men who have learned how to play the game well enough just to get you to trust so they can have your submission. Okay, so narcissistic people, I won't even limit this to men.
So let's reel this back.
Okay.
Because your kids.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 biological children, but from my marriage, I had a bonus baby.
So you were married.
I was married.
For how long?
We were married for 2 years, together for 5.
Wow. Okay.
Oh. Okay. Was he anything like your experience with your ex
Yes.
that we're referencing?
Yes, a lot like it because he comes from the same type of. So
he was a musician.
He is a musician currently. But he comes
Currently,
from he comes from the same type of. Here's what I know: narcissism and religion go hand in hand.
Ooh.
Because it gives you, as a narcissist, a place to perform. Because a lot of people's religion is performative.
That is so good, y'all.
So if you grow up with, if you're
that is so good.
If you're a PK, and PKs can relate. I'm not a PK. I'm a musician's kid.
I was a PK.
But PKs can relate. You're going to turn out 2 ways. Either you're going to fall into that performative behavior or you're going to go completely contrary.
Both. I was both.
And so the men that I have dated have either fallen completely into it, which my ex was completely performative because he wanted so badly to keep up this good boy image for the sake of his parents.
Yep.
But my ex-husband was completely contrary. He was trying to do everything he could do to piss his parents off and not do what it is that they wanted him to do. So you're only going to fall into those 2 categories. But yes.
Do you go for the bad boy?
I go for.
You give me that vibe.
Crazy. Because let everybody tell it I'm the bad girl. So I don't want a bad boy. Okay. I want somebody that's going to, which is what I thought I had with my ex, somebody that's going to be lame and chill.
Yeah.
That's literally what I want.
Okay, in full transparency, so when I, before I met her personally, I did think you went for the bad boy. Just because of your personality. You're strong. Yeah, I know she fight. We talked about that last episode. If you don't know, you need to watch it.
Used to.
I thought that she was that girl, but then when I saw who you dated, I realized you weren't that person.
No, because my whole life, I feel like I've had to be rah-rah. I feel like
you don't want to date that.
I don't want to date that. I actually want the opposite. I want somebody, and I don't know if we stated this before, I want somebody that allows me to just be soft.
I was about to say that.
Somebody who will let me cry when I want to cry. Because truthfully, my kids can tell you a completely different version of me than anybody else. Because what I've learned as a mother, since we're talking about my children, is that I don't want them to experience any of the trauma that I've experienced. And if I put them through any trauma, I want to apologize.
Yes.
I want to show them that parents are humans.
Yes.
Because in my adult age, I'm just realizing, come on. As it pertains to my mother, I give her so much grace because she left just trying to find herself.
We understand that at this age.
My mother and father married when they were 20 and 21. Who knows what they want at 20 and 21? Yeah. But they knew that they loved each other and they had this musical bond and they wanted to go out in the world and they wanted to create together.
Yeah.
So they had me and they took me everywhere they went. And it was not perfect. So when my father gave her the out, she took it. And my daddy did the best that he could.
And you understand.
And I understand because my son is 18 now. Yeah. My daughter is almost 10. And as much as I possibly can, I have, even navigating my professional career, I'm sure there are times when they felt like they were abandoned or they felt like they didn't get enough attention from me because I was building. That's the same thing our parents were doing. Building and trying to figure, there's no manual for being a parent.
I say that. What do we say all the time? No manual.
And
We
it's
say that
based
too.
on,
Yeah.
it's based on your children. And here's the thing that people don't really consider. Your kids are really just carbon copies of you.
Yeah.
So it's really a chance for you to kind of heal the inner child.
Come on.
By making sure that whatever you didn't receive,
Yeah.
you give it to them.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have been as patient with me as they have been. We just called my son a minute ago. He asked me 1,000 questions because spring break is this week. So they're coming over and they know when they come over mommy's house, we got to turn up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will work a month in a row every single weekend to have the money that I need to have so those kids can have what they want. So
Okay, so you mentioned your kids. You are like, I get very, 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 very sensitive about my kids too. Everything you just said is what we talked about both on the podcast and outside of it. Your children, throughout going back to it, your relationship. Now, personally, I'm not going to be following with y'all. We do know how her daughter felt about him.
Right.
We do, and we're going to let her tell y'all. But we don't know how your son, because he's older. And my daughter is the same exact age as her son. And my daughter at this age now and at this stage tells me things she saw in my marriage. And that's her father that I didn't know. And it gets me very emotional and it's hard for me. First, tell them how your daughter felt about your relationship and about him. And then how your son, because that's what we don't know. Yeah. Being older.
Initially, when he and I first started dating, she loved him because her father at the time was absent. He was doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So the only kind of father figure that she had besides my dad and her brother was him. Yeah. And so because and we did not live together. Let me specify this. His parents lived literally, when I say you could walk across the street to go, he lived across the street. So we were just in close proximity.
Okay.
So when he wanted to get away from them,
He comes
he's
here.
a runner, he's a track star. He would come where I am. But I never put him on my lease. I don't play them kind of reindeer.
Okay.
I play with my money and also with my credit. He's not ever going to be a part of family. No, only 2 people on this lease. Yeah. And that's my children.
Okay.
So he would come over a lot. He would be there a lot. So naturally he was around. Yeah. And she started noticing things that were alarming to her because he got jealous. My baby, my youngest is my Velcro baby.
Okay.
She literally, anywhere I am, she's almost 10.
Okay.
And she'll still be like, Mommy, can I sleep with you tonight?
Yeah.
Girl, we've been at this for a decade.
Yeah.
You got your own room, and it's exactly what you want. Why are you coming over here?
Yeah.
And he would say things like, give your mom a break tonight. Like, can you just chill? Just give her. And truthfully, sometimes that was needed. But I could also recognize when that wasn't because you felt like I needed a break. She was getting on your nerves.
But you didn't see it at the time.
You didn't, but she did.
Okay.
So she would talk to my mother about these things. And my mom would say, I'm not trying to get in your business. Yeah. But your baby told me X, Y, Z. And I would never discredit that because anything my kids say, I'm going to. So I just made a mental note and I would start watching. And sure enough, it got progressively worse. As it pertains to my son is with his father during the school year.
Right.
Because he plays varsity basketball.
Okay.
So in the school district he's in, he's got to be at his dad's house, but he's also on my lease. So any breaks or anything, he's at my house.
Right.
The relationship with him and my son was extremely performative because he would just meet him on surface levels.
Okay. Occasionally.
So occasionally. So you get to come to a couple basketball games, or you see him on holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, because I'm gonna bring you around. And I couldn't come around your family like that, but I bring you around my family because I didn't feel comfortable. I'm put my
by choice.
by choice.
I was gonna say, so was that my choice?
No, not because I was invited. Oh God, if I could tell you all about Christmas of was it last year? Yeah, it had to have been last year. The fact that his mother lied about saying that his grandmother didn't want anybody outside of the family to be there at Christmas because she didn't want me there. And he called his grandmother to confirm. And she was like, I didn't say that. Tell Mandie she's welcome anyway. And I'm listening to not just his grandmother, but his aunties in the background. Everybody's like, tell that girl to come on.
So who said that? His mother?
His mother lied on his grandmother. Narcissistic
behavior, because that's control over
So what was his mother's issue with you?
Right.
The same issue that she had with his ex-wife. She didn't want anybody that would divert his attention from her.
That is
Or
so crazy.
Any woman that would not allow her access to him the way she wanted. Ooh. Now, that first baby mama of his, she's so, how can I say this with being respectful? She's so needy because she doesn't have what she needs as a support system. That I need your mama to watch these kids. So whatever she asks me, I'm finna give her all. So she's gonna know exactly what's going on in our dynamic. Yeah. Because I need her to keep these kids what I need.
You had to build. Did you ever have to build a relationship with his first children's?
I didn't meet her until I had to go to that funeral for his best friend.
Okay. What was that like?
She looked me up and down and was like, hi. And I said, pleasure. Beautiful. Because I'm that type of girl.
Yeah, you are.
You can check me if you wanted to. But I knew then that their relationship was very much so still intact. Because no woman, I don't have no issue with children's fathers dating anybody because there's no relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
So for a woman to feel defensive about her back then, she's still not that. And I knew that because I went through his phone and saw it for myself. But I did say
Wait.
listen, when I say this guy is a character, this
was
character.
during you two together. You realized he was still messing.
Well, I knew that was always going to be a thing because his mother would include her in everything.
But didn't want you around.
But didn't want me around. So for that specific Christmas, she had planned, because she called him and was like, I was thinking, and I'm talking about the baby mama. And this was per his mother.
Right.
She called him, and he would always put the phone on speaker. Called him and was like, I was thinking you could come over at like 6 a.m. We can open up presents with the kid. Girl. 6 a.m. Y'all live 3.5 hours away.
Oh, Lord.
So for him to be there at 6 a.m. would mean he would have to stay overnight. And unless you want me and my kids
To stay alone.
we coming
together.
Okay. So that was with his ex-wife. And I got to say this because I never met her formally. But here's what I realized about her, because he talked about her more than anybody. The deal that he had with his ex-wife that was his problem was that she was a bigger narcissist than him. I realized the more he talked about her, she worse than even your mom. She was bigger than what you could handle.
Let me ask you this. So you talk a lot about narcissists. I am new as in the last few years of
the term.
And I mean, I've
very
heard of it.
Right.
It's very trendy. It's become very trendy. But in learning the specific and very authentic definition of narcissism, what would you say for all of you? Because, like she said, it is trendy now and everybody throws it out. What is your simplistic definition of narcissism?
Narcissism is a person who creates the world
Around them.
around.
Mhm.
So literally their world may not be reality because it's what they want it to be. They create the character. Oh God. They create the character that they want, the people that are important to moving them along to believe they are. So really when people
It's a
say
game.
when people say it's chess, not checkers, that's a narcissistic trait because narcissists are always calculating. You could absolutely, the person that you got from him may not be the person that I get.
Yeah.
Right. Because he can create that based off of who he, that's why I say they don't create bond.
Yeah.
They learn strategy.
Ooh.
Because they need to be who you believe them to be so they can get you to
Do
trust.
you think narcissists can change? Because it's somebody out here.
Everybody.
Who is not believe this full-heartedly. There is someone out here watching this and they are seeing their partner, whether it's a spouse, whether it's just a boyfriend, whatever it is, they are seeing their partner in your story. Do you believe there is, I won't say redemption, that's too deep of a word, but do you believe that a narcissist can change?
I believe like anybody. Okay, so let me put it to you like this. So if we're believers, we're Christians.
Sure.
When you come to Christ and you are as a new creature, you get baptized, you go through the whole thing. You become a new creature, you don't forget the old habits. You choose not to go back to.
Come on.
It ain't that you couldn't go to the club and twerk if you didn't want to.
You choose not to.
You make it. It's with
It's a conscious decision.
Would have to make the conscious because it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And I've heard this from other narcissists, and I'm talking about diagnosed narcissists.
Okay. Wow.
That have said it's not that my desire for control goes away. It's that I become disciplined enough not to listen to it.
Yeah.
That
is scary.
There are people out there that know that
they
know that they are capable of wreaking havoc and causing the worst trauma to anybody's life. It's a matter of whether they choose to do it or not.
Okay, so your daughter, she started to see signs.
Yeah, she would tell.
But did she also see him as a father figure?
I don't think that she would categorize him as a father figure, but that's kind of the role that he took at that time because her dad was kind of doing his own.
He's taking her places. He's spending time.
When I say places, I mean to school. We live 5 minutes from the school.
Okay.
So I mean like to school and back till I get off work.
Okay.
If that, because at the time he did not have a 9 to 5. At the time, his job was being on stage with me.
Sure. Right.
I input. So that's what he was doing. So to show his appreciation, let's tell the whole story. Because I don't want nobody sitting from the 27th floor to think anything otherwise.
Ooh.
I like to tell the truth. I like to tell the truth. If I don't tell nothing else. Now post this in your next post. I like people to know the truth.
Oh, good.
He was being employed by me at the time and then church because that's his thing. He's a church musician. So he would take her back and forth to school. But my mother was never too far away. So my mom literally, this is the one thing I can say about my mother. Regardless of what she did when I was a child, as an adult, she's really redeemed herself. And I've given her the grace to do so.
And I want to say this, because Ella and I talk a lot about this. This parenting thing is very slippery slope.
Listen.
When I moved to Texas, and I've never shared this story. When I moved to Texas, my ex-husband did move here. I made it free with him, not to say anything else negative about him on this episode, and I still won't. But I did go through a period where I was trying to figure out my life, y'all. I was confused. I was broken. I was all kind of stuff.
It's real.
So I was. And so for, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months, my kids were with their dad. The dog was with their dad, okay? Because I just had no idea where or who I was. And I was not going to subject them to my instability.
Right.
And so they were with their dad, and it was difficult. It was one of the worst, probably the worst time of my life. You remember.
Yeah.
And she couldn't be here for me the way she needed me to the way I needed her and the way she wanted to be. It was one of the most horrible times in my life, but I don't regret it.
Mhm.
I needed my kids to be in a stable situation because I wasn't stable.
Right.
No, for all of y'all searching, I wasn't on drugs or nothing crazy, but I just wasn't stable. So I have a lot of grace when parents do things because if your mental isn't right, do what you need to do for your kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I respect
Absolutely.
that you at your age understand the decision your mother made and don't look at her like, oh my God, she abandoned me or whatever the story, the narrative that could be sold. It's no manual.
Mhm.
And if you're not right here, do what you need to do for your kids.
But
sometimes having them is not best.
But she gets that grace from me because she's apologized.
Yes.
She did something
Same.
that, and she's an Aries too. She did something that most parents don't do.
Yeah.
She offered her
Apologized.
apology.
You're absolutely
I'm
right.
sorry. I was not everything that I needed to be for you. I'm sorry I was not there when you.
Yeah. It's real though, girl.
Yeah.
It's real though.
Yeah.
It's real. And you know what? I'm grateful you got that, baby. Most of us don't get that.
Yep. And that
Don't.
apology means a lot.
Yeah, it does. And you'll be a better mother
Yeah.
because of that apology.
And I believe that's why
Yeah.
I am the mom that I am, because forgiveness, some people feel like unforgiveness empowers you because it gives you something to hold on to.
Yeah.
I don't forgive you, so I get to hold on to. I don't want to hold on to anything that does not serve me.
Yeah.
And it does not serve me to be angry with my mother for simply trying to figure it out.
Her own self.
Especially because as a mother, I remember when my baby was 10 and my other baby was 2 at the gas station at the pump, trying to decide how much am I going to pump so I can make sure I still have enough to get her milk and make sure he eats. I get it. And sometimes you don't understand your parents until you have to deal with being a parent. So there's nothing that I'm going to
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not going to hold anything against her, especially because there was a lot of things that she didn't teach me growing up. Like, I learned how to cook from my ex-husband. I learned how to be nurturing because my ex-husband had a daughter. I only had a son. So my bonus baby taught me how to be soft.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why to this day, she'll be like, because she don't call me mama. And I would never disrespect her mother by allowing her to do that. You got it, mama.
Yeah.
I'm just a bonus. So she called me my Mandie. And that's totally fine with me. And she's always called me that. But to this day, she'll come over whenever she wants to because that's the fun she has with her brother and sister.
Yeah.
I would never, ever, ever discredit my mother for doing what she's done for me in my adulthood. My adulthood, my credit is good because my mama taught me.
Okay. Y'all got excuse.
I know.
I feel about that too. The motherhood thing is it's literally my most sensitive topic.
Try not, because I might not.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to hold them back.
Your mother, but I also want to give a shout out to you, baby.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is one of probably the realest lessons we are ever taught.
Yeah.
That we don't really get. And
Right.
and I'm speaking to myself
Mhm.
and from myself.
Mhm.
When I was raped, I did not, and it was my mother's brother.
Oh, wow.
I had a very hard time for years understanding why that man wasn't in jail. And it was actually this podcast that brought healing to that situation and that allowed me to truly forgive my mother for doing the best she could. And she is one of the ones who taught me to forgive myself.
You feel it?
For all the times I didn't feel like I was the mother I could and should be, even in my marriage with my daughters. So that motherhood thing, I give you a shout out, man, because to forgive your mom and to use that experience as a platform for you to be, I don't want to say a better mother, but to be the mother you are, takes courage, takes strength, takes godliness.
Yeah, for sure.
And takes a level of maturity that most people Never.
Wait, yeah, right. Yeah.
And I want to tell you that. That's dope. Because you could carry that bitterness forever. Forever, and use it as an excuse.
Exactly. And I could carry that bitterness over into other relationships. And if we're being very honest, the reason why even he is as safe as he is right now
Come on.
is because the God in me doesn't want vengeance.
Oof. There's
I don't want vengeance.
Lord.
Because that ain't mine to have.
My God.
I know what it look. The reason I got in this situation is because I was trying to take things into my own hands. Oh, you cheated on me? Let me go find somebody else that I know will piss you off.
Wow. Which is crazy, y'all. I did not know, and I know she didn't know. We didn't know about the cheating. This is something we're learning about, which we will learn more about it. We're going to give you that on part 3.
Part 3.
But I didn't know about that. I do have a question, though. You do not want vengeance, but you do want justice.
I want justice for me, and I want atonement for him. Because you got to face the consequences.
Come on.
Of your action.
I don't want to get more into it, y'all. We're purposefully saving the incident.
Yeah.
We're trying to give y'all a trajectory, like we said. I have more questions about that. I don't want to touch on them, though, because that will make her have to get into that.
Can I say this, though?
Say it.
You can put this in parts.
Say it.
There was nobody that warned me about him.
Okay.
Nobody specifically told me he's violent. Nobody told me he's angry and he acts a fool. What I was told by a situation he was dealing with was that they were okay with putting up with his foolishness as long as it meant that they could be still around
and
him.
We don't consider
and I don't consider a situation a relationship.
That is not a relationship.
It invalidates a relationship when you yourself acknowledge from the 27th floor that he was never your man.
Ella Nice.
And you
say it again. Situation. Say it again.
Situationship is not a relationship.
It's not a relationship.
I need you all to receive that.
Get that in yours.
I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you think. A situation. Now, here's a question for both of you.
Yeah.
You were in a long-term situation.
Yes. Because that happened.
And you may have been in one. I mean, we've all had our situations.
Oh, I don't mean.
How do you, for those who need to know, how do you decipher between a situationship and a relationship?
Can I say this? I don't think I've ever been in a situationship.
Okay.
Every man that I've ever been with wanted to make me his wife.
Yes.
Because they know. I was talking. Can I say this?
Yeah.
I was talking to my favorite ex the other day.
Okay.
And
your favorite.
I actually like favorite ex. We all have somebody that we may have dealt with in the past, and the relationship didn't work out.
Yeah.
As far as being romantic, but platonically, it works out perfectly. And he told me, "You were the first vision of strength in a woman that I really saw.
Wow.
I saw you be a mother. I saw you build your career." He was like, "I could never have anything but respect for you. That's why it pisses me off to know that you allowed yourself to be in a situation with that man because you know better."
Wow.
I've never been in a situation.
I mean, I was married when I was in a situation. It was a relationship. It really almost turned into an engagement. Actually, it did kind of turn into an engagement. I was married. I was really supposed to. I was engaged. I was married. I think that's the situation.
Yeah.
And when you have it,
that's it. And you know what? It goes into what you said earlier. Because I went with the flow for so long.
Yeah.
I shrunk myself. And I mentioned this on this.
She talks about that.
Wow.
To appease. And we talked about this before. I realized I was people pleasing so much. And I believed in the potential of what could be on several different
potential is dangerous.
Because and guess what? I feel like there was a lot of narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah.
We're not going to diagnose because I don't I'm a doctor.
But I think we all have.
Yeah.
A bit of
100%.
all of it.
100%.
I definitely realized along the way that I can have a little I want control over even as a parent, let's be real. There's certain control things that I'm like, let me gather this
Talk
together.
about it because
Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you want things to be because you have control of the outcome.
Yeah.
But when you don't know or the unknown is so
But she said it
You know
perfectly,
what?
and I love that I have this new perception because that's how my guy, he's a little narcissistic. Now, I also am attracted to cockiness. That's a very toxic statement, but it's my truth. Man, nobody. So, the thing is, though, in true story, she said something kind of perfect, which I'm actually going to take with me. She said, it doesn't go away because I have control issues, both from trauma and both the Virgo in me. She said, it doesn't go away. It's the discipline.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that because that's good.
Yeah.
And it's true because you're right. We all have narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah.
But the discipline we know, whether that comes from spiritually growing in the Lord, whether that comes from maturity, whether that comes from what you've been through, I think, like you said, knowing, okay, I'm trying to control the situation. I can't. My daughter's 18.
Yeah.
She's trying to go out now on her own. I thought if she went out with me, she'd be fine. And then the weekend, you don't even know about the other day, last night, she went out again. And I'm like, where you going? What's the address? And I'm like, she's 18.
Yeah.
At a certain point, she ain't got to tell me nothing if she don't want to.
When that
I'm
boy
try-
turned his location,
My God. Turn it off. Mandy.
and he got the accent.
Ooh, Mandy.
Oh, I don't like it. You can do what you want to,
Yeah.
but think about the consequences
Yeah.
of what happens from your choices.
Mhm.
And know this: you're an adult now.
Yeah.
I can choose to take my hands off you.
But you got a
and let
boy.
you deal with
You got a man.
Which
You
is
got.
much
I'm sorry.
worse and
I'm
more
sorry. You don't
scary.
have a boy. You have a man.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's
Black
terrifying.
man in America.
Yeah, but it's terrifying. And that's Sonya. It's fine. She's a
I'm trying to hook him up with my
She has a fine, fine upon her. But listen, so, and in that aspect, especially from being fine, just being real, it makes it worse. Whatever. Girl, we're sensitive. She hasn't gone through first heartbreak yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that terrifies me. And then I know what we do when we out drinking
Yeah.
and how we turn up. So I'm like, you, the 18-year-old turning up is scarier. You're stupid.
Now hold on. I will say the
I was
news,
stupid.
but because of the, I'm gonna give us a shout out because of the parents that we are.
Yeah.
Our children, this generation, even down to your DV, they are so aware.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Every single
Somebody said to me about you, and I'm gonna say it right here on
about
tape.
me.
Yes, you were a victim of domestic
Yeah.
abuse. I should
Verbally,
also.
I'm
Psychologically,
logical.
or
Yeah.
verbally.
Because
Yeah.
that's more damaging.
And
Ooh,
that is
yeah.
more damage.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that
Yeah.
on camera. You also are a victim of domestic abuse. and
Yeah.
Psychological.
Oh,
because the scars, the physical scars, like even
yeah.
my head trauma, that's healing. But you know what's the most healing is the psychological undoing. Because
Yes.
when a person
Deprogramming.
creates a whole world that you believe in,
Yep.
because there was nothing in me that made me feel like I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
So I was all in,
Yeah.
believing. And then even if I didn't believe it, the fact that my love for you overshadowed my logic.
Oh my God.
The fact
can
that I
relate.
chose to be stupid for you. That takes a lot.
I'm glad we talked about that. My 18-year-old, no one on this earth protects me harder than her. She will bang a nigga in his, and I gotta be real Baltimore with y'all.
I love
She
her.
will
though.
bang a nigga in his mouth
That is you.
without questioning for me. She is a die hard. She wasn't even raised in Baltimore, and she is so Baltimore.
Don't play.
She don't play. She is very, very, very. So listen, y'all. We went out. Guy tried to talk to her. She said he was older, and I wanted him to think she was older because I want her to feel safe.
Yeah.
Right. She said, "You don't want to talk to me because I'm mean and I got an attitude problem." She does not play. She's very, and I can only imagine what your son is of you at 18. So I do want to know, before we wrap this up until we get to the next segment, I want to know what an 18-year-old boy, man,
Yeah.
feels like. Well, first, before we get to his reaction.
Mm.
Where was he? I know you mentioned he was being, what was the word you said?
Oh, it was performative.
Performative. Thank you.
Mm.
I know you said his relationship was performative based off of your ex,
Mhm.
but did he ever tell you anything, or what did he think? Because usually your oldest, in my experience,
and say something.
speaks up. She has twins, so she can't say oldest.
Twins is not.
She does. She has twins. They're both our oldest.
So I can kind of wrap this all up in one summary. My son is not stupid.
Yeah,
At
of
all.
course not.
He's a Libra. So he's very cautious about anybody.
Yeah.
He lets into his world. The fact that he loves me is the reason he deals with the people that
Yeah, because he loves you.
So as it pertains to my ex-husband, he still feels like I'm grown now.
Mm-hmm.
So let this nigga step out of line at all as it pertains to my sister.
Is he thuggy?
My son?
Yes.
Mhm.
He is both sides of me.
Okay.
His daddy is a Taurus. I'm a Gemini.
Oh my Lord.
And we create
Duality and
Him.
and bullheaded.
so he can be either way.
Right. The duality.
The duality.
He can be either way.
Yeah.
He chooses to be in control if he feels like it's not worth it. He doesn't feel like my ex-husband is worth the fight.
Oh.
And that's not his father.
That's not his father. No.
Yeah, so he just
Yeah.
feels like, okay.
He feels like he did what he did to you, and I feel a way about that, about you, but more specifically to my little sister.
Okay.
Because he's been absent for so long.
Okay.
But now that he's back in the picture, I'm gonna give him grace
Absolutely.
and let him do what he do.
Yes.
But this other nigga, he has said to me, Mama, I heard what you said. Because I told everybody.
Yeah.
My brothers included, don't touch him. My brothers in the city that have known me since I was a kid, when they heard, it was up. And I told everybody, don't touch him.
Okay.
Because I know what I'm dealing with here. If I can explain how he thinks, because I've really studied him, people to believe that he's larger than life.
Is that a small town minded thing? You think?
I think so, because where he comes from, there's not a whole, it's slim pickings. So if you're good there, here in the big city where we from,
Right.
you're only mediocre here.
Yes.
Right.
But where you're from, when we went back to his hometown for that funeral,
It was.
it was, and then he brought me with him.
So it was
And
like,
I was validation. That's all I was.
Oh my gosh,
validation.
stars.
He brought Mandie with
so would you say the whole relationship was validation?
Yeah, for him.
Wow.
For him.
Do you feel like he ever loved you?
I think everybody loves the idea. I don't think anybody, except for the people that know me, know.
Because I do love you.
Yeah.
Like your boo, he knew me before. He's
I know.
responsible
I know.
for why to love me when I was nothing means you genuinely
Yeah.
love me.
Yeah. I know.
Loving me where I am right now
Don't mean shit.
It don't mean
I understand.
Yeah.
You know, my son right now would absolutely love to have his way. Because my son, they stand toe to toe. He and my son about the same height, about the same.
Because he's tall.
And my baby works out every day. He lifts weight every. My baby could probably pick me up with no problem.
And you have a hard time. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and then on top of that, he sounds like he's a mama's boy.
He
does. He does.
Something about his bonus mama.
boy.
You see, he's sitting there between all like
Yeah.
He
They're
is
gonna
definitely
be-
mama's boy.
Very protective of their
He's
true-
the only boy, all girls.
Wow.
Because even his siblings, that they're all the same age, he's the only one.
So he's protective of women.
He's protective of women, period. So when I have conversations with him about don't have no girl giving you no money,
Yeah.
because that's lame.
Uh-huh.
And I bet not see you in the passenger seat of no female's car, because that's lame.
And like I told you, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Because my daughter is going to date these young men.
Exactly.
My daughter.
You're welcome. I'm
Yeah.
making sure
That's what we
your girls
do.
don't have to
As
worry about
parents.
my son.
Come on. Before we wrap this up, I do want to
So
ask
much.
you, because I'm a girl's girl. I'm protective of myself with women, but I'm a girl's girl ultimately. And I do want to know, what was the moment? Like, what was the in love part? Because here's the thing. I am very big. We talk about this probably almost daily. The difference of loving someone and being in love. There is a difference. When I met my guy, I play a game called 21 Questions with All Guys. I take it further into my own game where we ask random questions. I create my own rules to it. But one of the questions I did ask my guy is, do you feel there's a difference between loving someone and being in love? And what is the difference? Because if you don't see a difference, then you're not the man for me. Right. What was the point? Like, what made you fall in love? Or what was the in love of you all?
So I tell you this. His mother for a very long time, because he was in the hospital for a while.
Yeah.
His mother for a very long time, because that was we're talking narcissistic, her having control of his entire life. Because mind you, he can't do anything.
So he's clearly a mama's boy.
He's definitely a mama's boy. And it's disappointing because he has a father, but his daddy is weak as water. And that's disgusting to me because I don't know that from men. All I know from a man is strength.
Yeah.
I don't know a man allowing a woman to fund his life.
Yeah.
He's the way he is because his daddy is the way he is.
Yeah.
His mama.
That's what he saw.
That's all he knows. And no disrespect, I'm just telling it how it is.
Yeah.
His mother runs that relationship.
Got it.
So the fact that for a while he was in the hospital, I couldn't see him. When she did finally call me, and this is how disrespectful.
And why couldn't you see him?
Because she didn't want me to. Because again, when he opened his eyes, the first person he asked about was me. Mm-hmm. So she FaceTimed. She did FaceTime me. I will give her this. When he did wake up, when this was like 2 days later, she FaceTimed me with him. And he was, when I say heavily drugged up, he was heavily drugged up. And what he kept saying to me, and his mother was there, and our family was in the room. He said, they just don't know how much I love you. They just don't know how much I love you.
Do you think he really loved you?
I think that
outside of the idea of you,
the person that he wants to be did. But the demons that have attached themselves and that are on assignment for his life would not allow him.
Come on, you just said something. Because I think that's the battle. And I can only go off of my own assumption, not making an ass out of myself, and trying to really understand men. It goes back to the vulnerability they have the ability to have. And I think that he truly wanted to love you. And really, but then
it does sound that way.
It does, because I do feel like it takes a lot, you know, for a man to be that open and to be heavily drugged and to still stand strong on, I really do love you. I know who you are, and I've grown to.
And if somebody is that drugged up, he's got to be speaking.
Yeah. So do you feel that?
Do
you feel that in the absence of his influences,
yes,
things would have been different?
Yes.
Wow.
I was like, that you did not have. Jesus help me.
Wow.
If his mother and father were normal or allowed him to live his life, and this is not just with me, I believe his first marriage probably would have worked out. If he would have been allowed, he would have found out for himself, you marrying a woman that's just like your mama. Wow. But he would have been able to find that out for himself. I believe wholeheartedly his parents have full influence on why he cannot be who he is. But the moment that I fell in love with him was the fact that we had gone through so much.
Yeah. It's a bond.
I'm talking about sitting in the car for 3 and 4 hours to the point where his mama blowing up my phone. Y'all still sitting out there talking? Yes, and we're in front of your house.
That is
so you know that he's okay. You know that there's nothing going on. I'm wasting gas just sitting here. And all we're doing, he could not eat. So he could not smoke. There was no alcohol involved. This was months of us just really talking. And I genuinely thought, there's no way after this man is going anywhere. But here's what I understand about narcs. They know how to play the waiting game. Ooh. And this was just a situation. They understand that things are situational. This was just situational. Yeah, he almost lost his life. Yeah, it was really bad, but this nigga thought, and I'll leave you with this so that you can understand the mindset of a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of him being grateful for the fact that God spared his life,
Mm-hmm.
this nigga would say to me, I'm invincible.
It's like physically sad.
He said, I kissed death in the mouth and didn't die. Nobody can stop me. This little, and if I'm lying, God, strike me down. These were the words that came out of this man's mouth. I kissed death in the mouth. He would say this all the time.
Wow.
I cannot be stopped.
That's a lot to unpack in its own.
So,
All right. So he kisses death in the mouth. He's very excited about that.
he's super excited because in his mind, the rules don't apply.
Do you think that was part of what gave, because part of narcissism is arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that is what gave him arrogance in what happened?
As far as the incident, the last incident that happened,
The last. Stop there.
because this was ongoing. This was not the first.
Stop. If this was not the first time, we're
Lord, right there.
we are going to leave resources.
Yeah.
We could have just left them and let them, but I want to let you know we have resources available
Yeah.
because this is a very real topic. And listen, y'all, we are finding out with y'all. We do not know
Yes,
this.
this is literally.
We are finding out with y'all, and it's just as shocking to us. It's disheartening. I've teared up much more than you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And
Wow.
next episode, we're going to get back into it. If you are suffering, if you are a victim, if you're trying to get out, you can either reach out to the resources. If you feel so inclined to reach out to us,
Please.
if it's something you want to say to Mandie, because you
Yeah.
just need to, you can go through
Please.
us. We can forward the message, however you need to do it. You do not have to suffer, y'all.
Yeah. Anonymous.
If you see your partner or yourself
Yes,
Going
that's
through
a
it.
big thing.
in
Yep.
any of this,
Mhm.
I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but we have 3 different experiences
Correct.
and we can get you help.
Please.
We can get you help.
Wow.
We love y'all, Mandie. We thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm actually really excited to get to the next portion. I have so many
We
questions.
got a lot to
Ellie, nice, you got anything?
I'm flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted too. I'm flabbergasted. And we will see you next time. Now, if you could be any meme, what meme would you be?
Oh my gosh. Okay, lately. I gotta go by lately. Lately I've been